I mean, sending a message like on 31st, we're going to get the break. So for how many weeks? How many months?
Now it will be normally 2 weeks. Huh? So it
Okay,
means on Thursday, we'll do chapter 8. Then for you guys, we'll resume Monday. Yeah, Monday the 13th. But anyway, you know what? I'm going to start with the IT essentials guys. Yeah, who will be starting with CCNA. So people who missed some sessions or want uh, to attend as revisions, please do attend. I'm not chasing anyone away. If you, I'll post the link like I always do. If you want to attend for revision, please feel free to attend. But you'll have 2 weeks free, and when I say free, you must study and you must do your chapter exam. By the way, let me check who is doing and who is not doing. So this time, please do your chapter exam. It will help you to get ready for your final exams. Let me check who study and who doesn't study. Uh-huh. So your class is what is not. This one is not. Any other questions in the meantime? Okay, so we continue. So I did also post the link for the graduation. If someone, I know it's early, but I just posted just in case. If someone is ready, then it's fine. If not ready, it's fine. But anyway, it's not compulsory. It's yeah. So you guys, let me check who is studying, who is doing, and who is not doing. So if I go here, I go to gradebooks, and I check, for example, the very first one, only one. And Kabamba, no, Kabamba is IT Essentials. Patient Kabasele Mwala, she gave birth. So the two patient, Bosco, please guys must do your chapter exam. Thursday we'll be doing chapter 8 for you. So please take these the 2 breaks time to finish the 2 exams. The first checkpoint exam. Let me close it. And I open again. Let's open again. View as a learner. Yeah, so after chapter 1, 2, 3, you have an exam, checkpoint exam. Then after chapter 4, 5, 6, 7, you also have another checkpoint exam. So normally after tonight, you should be able to finish these two. So please take these 2 weeks free to do the 2 exams. Also feel free to attend the session for while I'm busy catching up with Art Essential guys. So let's start. Last time we did a bit of chapter 6 and 7. Yeah, it was about the switch. So let me open again chapter 6 and see what is there. Let me also check the questions. It's in chapter 11. Nope. Yeah. So you know what OSI is, huh? OSI, Open System Interconnection. It's a way of grouping IT items or network items in layers. Anything related to the media, to the first layer. So we have 7 layers. Layer 1, physical layer, where we group anything related to media. Wireless, cabling, we group them there. Layer number 2, data link. anything related to a switch, MAC address table, frames, we group them there. And it's what we are doing. Layer 2, switching, anything related to a switch. So it's important so that we can classify anything in case we have an issue. We start with layer 1 first. If someone says, I don't have internet or I'm struggling with ABCD, you start with the cabling. Is all the cabling well connected? Everything's fine. Then you go to the switch. Is the switch fine until you find the problem? How many layers we have? We have 7, and you should be able to describe them. Explain each layer, you can describe them. What a switch is a layer 2 device that will forward the frames based on the MAC address. Based on the MAC address is going to so inside a switch we have a table called MAC address table. So that table, as you know, will record on each port on the switch, it will record the MAC address of the PC that is connected there. How many ports we could get on a switch depends. We can get 2-port switch, 24-port switch, 48-port switch. What's the difference between managed and unmanaged? All these questions we ask for job interviews. Huh? It's very, very important. I've been involved in job interview for IT. So I'm bringing you my 24 IT experience also. So please, please take everything we do very seriously. It will help you. Unmanaged is plug and play. It's like, let's say, a box you just play. You just plug. If we manage, we can do configuration, we can do settings, we can set up some stuff. What command you use to view MAC address table? It shows MAC address table. What is the name of the PDU at the layer 2? If you forget it, so this one is what? Oh, sorry, this one is another. So this one we call the frame. So at layer 1, it's a bit. At layer 2, it's a frame. At layer 3, it's a packet. At layer 4, it's the segment. Layers 5, 6, 7, it's a data. So all this stuff is in. What are the 2 forwarding methods? We have store and forward. When we switch, we receive a frame. It's going to check everything. Do we have source MAC address, destination? So it's like a packet. You're at the post office. You check if the parcel is not damaged, everything is fine. You check everything is all good, then you can send to the delivery guys. You see, we call it store and forward. The other forwarding method is called cut through. Cut through, it means me as we switch, I just receive your parcel, I check the destination, and I just send. I don't care if the parcel is damaged, or if what. I just check destination and I just forward. So these are the 2 forwarding method. If you read chapter 6 and 7, you'll get more info there. How a switch will process a frame that MAC address is not listed. So you have a MAC address table. So if a switch receives a frame and the MAC address is not listed on the MAC address table, the frame will be for the MAC address or the frame will be broadcasted to all the port except the port where it comes from. Let me find it for you. I think this one is chapter 7. Let me check for you. So this one we ask a lot for job interview and Ethernet frame. So the frame is what? Is the parcel that we receive at layer 2. Ethernet frame. So as we said, previous chapters, chapter 4, we studied the physical layer, anything into media, wireless, network cables, fibers. Now we are dealing with layer 2, data link. So here we'll explain LLC, and it's a sub-layer that will prepare the data coming from the network to a data link. Then the MAC address is another sub-layer that will prepare the data to go to a physical layer. So you'll get more info in the LLC sub-layer, MAC address, everything is here. Okay, all the stuff. So this is the frame of the parcel the switch will receive. So inside, I have where do I come from, source MAC address, where I'm going to, destination, and other information to make sure that your parcel is in good state, not damaged, not what. And we did also see that the size of your parcel is between 64 byte and 1518. If it's less, if it's less, the switch will not process it. If it's more, bigger than 1518, the switch will not process it because it's too big. So when it's less than 64, we call it a errant collision fragment or errant frame. If it's bigger than 1518, the jumbo or baby giant frame. So you can read this one again. Okay, so you get time to check it out, very important. Remember, you are a network engineer. It's the same training in America, in Europe, in Canada, everywhere in the world. You have the same qualification, same certificate, same knowledge. MAC address, we know the MAC address. Any IT has two addresses, physical address or MAC address that will be managed by the switch, logical address or IP address that will be processed by the router. So all this stuff. And the MAC address, we have, if you have a MAC address, we have, normally a MAC address is 6 blocks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The first 3 is for OUI, and the last 3 is for the vendor. So we can just have a look and we continue. It's not a big deal. Okay, so this one, please take time to just to read. What is most important? The MAC address has 2 parts. The first 3 blocks is for what? Okay, anyway. Frame processing, we have. So when we switch receive a frame, it's going to open it and say, where do you come from and where do you want to go? If your destination MAC address is in my table, I forward to the correct port. If the destination MAC address is not listed in my MAC address table, I will forward that data to all the port except from where it come from. So this one you can please read 1 minute, very important, to understand how the switch works. Okay, so you can, it's very important to the unicast and okay, this one broadcast. Okay, there is something very important. If you see a MAC address, everything is FFF. It means it's a broadcast destination MAC address. Yeah, so what I was explaining, yeah, so very important. Let me allow someone in, then you can read this slide. Very important. Come here. Then I open the slides, enable. Uh, yeah, you can read that slide. It's very important. Okay, you'll get time to go through that. Okay, all this stuff you can MAC address table. We did that last time. So you can so on each port of a switch, if you have a PC here and you take a network cable, you connect to this port. This port, you see port 1 will record the MAC address of the PC that is connected there. So each port will record the MAC address. That's why we say MAC address table. So PCA, if PCA want to communicate with, you see PCA is here, OA. If you want to communicate with destination, OD, OD is connected, you see. So when PCA will send the request, the switch will check the destination, that MAC address is on which port of my, yeah. Say, okay, this MAC address is on port 4, then I'm going to forward your request on this port, then it will go to D. This is how it works. Have a nice video where you can also check. You can also check that. I think these 2 weeks, these 2 weeks break will help you to do your own revisions and also to do your 2 exams. Very important. You also have another video here. At a later stage, next time we'll meet at Cape Town Science Center. We're going to check the MAC address table. We'll do a lab on that. Maybe 4 or 5 PCs will get connected to some port on a switch. Then we're going to tap show MAC address table and we're going to compare. Forwarding method, we did see store and forward. Going to check everything. Cut through is going to check the destination and send. You can also check this one again as a revision. Okay, we continue. Okay, anything else you can just we did also the difference between half duplex and full duplex. Half duplex you can send on one way only. Let's say you only have one road. You can either send or receive. You cannot, so it's not two ways. The same thing for traffic, and we have only one way. So, but nowadays, all the ports on a switch is full duplex. It means each port can send data, receive data at the same time. So as a network engineer, you should be able to know the difference. But anyway, half duplex, we don't use that anymore. So in the old days, to manage half duplex, we use some techniques called the CSMA, CA, and CD. Auto MDX, if you enable that feature on your switch, even if you choose a wrong network cable to plug, the system will automatically fix for you as if it's a correct cable. So it's a very nice feature. You can also read that quick. So let me allow someone in. Okay, auto MDX is a feature in a router or a switch to be enabled. Normally it's enabled, but you must double check so that even if you make a wrong network cable to connect the switch or your router to another device, the feature will fix it as if it's a correct network cable. So you can disable or enable. Okay, that's all for this on chapter 7. Not a big deal. Let's go back to chapter 6 if there is something there that we could see. Data link. Okay, this one we did many times when you send the data to addresses, MAC address and IP address. Okay, here there is nothing special. All these guys, they manage IT, how the standards, how a switch should work, the procedures, the communication, and what these guys we decide. It's like South African government, they decide about anything. So you can do some research on them. IEEE and you see ISO is different from OSI, International Organization for Standardization. So this guy they did create OZ, Open Source Interconnecting. So as a network engineer, you should be knowing these guys. Very important. Because they decide how things should be in IT. Okay, anything else? I think this one, just forget about this. It's old stuff. Half duplex, full duplex, we did check before. A frame, if you receive a parcel, what is inside or what's okay, this one can. Okay, that's all for chapter 6 and 7. We did a bit last time. And yeah, if you want to check quickly the summary here, you can check what have you done. Okay, guys, any questions? So please go through these questions. What is auto MDX? And you know what a serial cable is for the router is to connect two routers, and we plug it at a serial port. We did a bit last time. Sometimes on a port you'll see fast Ethernet or gig Ethernet. It's about the speed. It's the same network cable. Fast Ethernet Gig Ethernet is 10 times faster than fast Ethernet. Fast Ethernet is only 100 meg per second. Gig is 1 gigabytes per second. So this one is 10 times faster than. Yeah, so go through all these things. It's very simple to help you to understand these two chapters. I did forward to you last time, so you can use it to prepare your. Our last session for you guys, the CCNA, before we break, we'll do the network layer. Network layer is about the router. Now we're going to study the router. What is a router? What is inside? What can we do? And last time at Cape Town Science Center, we did configure at least an interface. So at least you know how to configure a router interface. Yeah, so on Thursday, this one is not long. It's also a very short one. Yeah, I'll give you what is the most important. Because sometimes NetAcad, you have so too much info. And I think what will be very important is IPv6, because at least IPv4 we did in chapter 11. Yeah, that's why I wanted us to do chapter 11 first. We clear IPv4, then here we'll focus a bit on IPv6 and we are done. Anything else, we'll do some labs and that's all. Yeah, so next time we'll do that. Oh, who is logging on now? When he was working. He was working. So I'll send you the question for chapter 8, even if we will do that on when are we going to do that? On Thursday. So on Thursday we'll do. So Mr. Salamu, sorry for joining late. I know that you're working, and but yeah, I'll send you the recordings and the questions. And anytime you have some issues, post your question in the WhatsApp group or let me know. I'll be helping you. I'll be helping you. So the question for chapter 8 will be, what's the name of layer 3? It's the network layer. What a router is. A router is a layer 3 device managing IP addresses or packets. So it's there to forward packet to different network, to different destinations. It's like you want to go to, you are at the airport, you want to go to America, you don't know where to go. With security guy, you ask him, I want to go to America. Okay, use that way. And you will see a plane for America. Someone will say, I want to go to China. Use that way. So the router will forward packets. It's like post office. I receive where you want to go. I send you to them. We'll also see the port on a router. We have a console port, gig Ethernet or fast Ethernet port, and also we have a serial port that we did last time. We'll also see what command will you type to view all the port and a router. The command is what? Show IP interface brief. So if you have a router here, let's say you have a router here, and you want to view all the port on that router, you type show IP interface brief. So if you tap show IP interface brief, it's going to display or to list all the port available on your router. It's the same thing for the switch. Show IP interface brief. We'll also see what the name of the cable you use to interconnect two routers is a serial cable. We'll do that again next time. What is the name of a table in a router? So also in a router, we have a table. We call it the routing table. So it's a list of all the networks, all the destinations I know in the router. So if I take this router, so this one is an exam that we'll be doing, a packet tracer will be doing at chapter 11 when we do revisions. So to view the table in a router, we tap show IP route. We'll do that on Thursday. I'm just doing an introduction. So show IP route. You see. So if you tap show IP route, it will list all the destination I know. You see, all the route. So on each, you'll have a code. A code has a meaning. Oh, we're going to study that. So it's a very nice and training. It's international, as I say all the time. It's a very nice one. What command will you use to view the routing? Show IP route. What is the definition of a routing table? Is a list of all known destination networks from the router. What is the PDU at the network layer? So at this layer, we say it's a packet. Layer 765, we call it data. At the layer 4 transport layer, we call it segment, the name of the parcel that is there. At layer 3, we say it's a packet. Layer 2, it's a frame. Layer 1, it's a bit. Explain ORM in a routing table. It's very simple. So when you tap show IP route, you have some letters here. O means OSPF. R means RIP. So we'll explain all this on Thursday. It's very simple, not difficult. What are the two ways a router can record a network? You can yourself, as the network engineer, enter the network. We call it static route or manual, yeah. Or you can enter, or the router can learn a route automatically via a dynamic routing table. So if I'm router 1, I'm connected to another router. See these two guys? We're going to exchange data. This route, this table will be sent to this one to update. This one also will send his. So it's automatic. So it's not you, the network engineer, to enter. Okay, all these, we'll do that next time. So I'll send it to you. And any questions? Any questions, guys? Engineers. Okay, if no questions, then thank you so much for tonight. We'll be meeting again on Thursday for chapter 8. I'll post the recording tomorrow. And anytime you have questions, please feel free to contact me or post me the WhatsApp group. Yes, Trésor, you have a question?
Evening, everybody.
Yes, evening.
My question is, I wish you to tell us like a 2 days, or 2 weeks before, you have a program to. I could like to say it before to go to like on the practice day by Cape Town Center. So I wish
Yes.
you 2 weeks before we can
Okay.
manage our time, because I all those sessions I didn't participate. So
No problem.
I'm stressing.
No problem. No problem. So for now, we won't meet there because we are busy with some theory stuff. So it will be maybe end of April, but I'll let you know 2 or 3 weeks in advance.
Okay.
Yeah. So for now, yeah, March and April, we relax. We do a bit of theory. Then when we meet, we combine all the theory. I'll give you something to do. like we switch, we'll deal with MAC address table. On the router, we'll be doing with routing table. I'll give you some stuff, some questions. You play around, you work in teams. But I'll let you know 2 or 3 weeks in advance. No worries.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
This is
Yes.
Fabian, sir.
Yeah, Fabian. Yes.
Yes, I don't have a question, but just a concern about the time, the starting time. I don't
Okay.
know if you're gonna do us a favor because at the time that you're starting, we sometimes driving on our way back home. Then it's a bit difficult for us, though there's a recording, but we would love also to participate on the live session.
Okay. So at what time do you want? At what time do you want?
I think 7 is gonna be better than 6:30. 6:30 we still
Mm,
actually I close. I mean I log out at 7, but if the thing can be on 7, it's gonna be much better.
okay. So I'll be posting the link 10 to 7, and we start at 7 p.m. sharp.
Thank you so much, sir.
Okay. To allow everyone to.
All right.
Okay. So any other questions? So from next week, you guys normally you don't have class, but feel free to join the new guys from IT Essential. I'll start with CCNA with them from chapter 1 to 3. If you want to do revisions, feel free to join. Feel free to join. Okay, guys, thank you so much. Don't forget to do your 2 chapter exams. You have 2 chapter exams, checkpoint exams. Please do them. And thank you so much. Have a good evening, and see you on Thursday.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you. Okay, bye.